Alright guys, we're here doing a deck profile, deck invite for a basic budget build for Liberator's Legion, Gold Paladin. So I wanted to go ahead and do a deck profile for this one like I did the other ones for Angels, Royals, and I think it was Great Nature. This is a really good build. Actually, Gold Paladin has some really good Legion cards that were just double rares. Now, like I said before in the other videos, whatever triple rares you do get, go ahead and just add it in here. Like, I know for new players, if you're a new player, you're able to get 2 super decks instead of one, like regular players would get. So let's say if you wanted to play golds and you got 2 super decks for golds, you would get 2 Zenith, and then Zenith will replace the basically Gergerwitz's father or whatever. Let me see what his name is. I can't call him that the whole video. But yeah, if you would just have Zenith replace the twin Liberator, um, Marcus, Margus. I don't know how to say his name, but yeah, like I said, in the other ones, like obviously you wouldn't play the Break Rod because this is Legion, but I think you would play Garmores, so you would take 2 cards out to put Garmores in because Garmore is really good this format, especially when it's a Paladin format, and everybody's retiring rear guards. Especially next set, when Kagro comes in, they'll be retiring rear guards also. So it's definitely going to be Garmore is definitely going to be good until I think the second round of Brawlers. That's when Garmer isn't going to help because Brawlers swings over rear guards and doesn't have to retire them. So yeah, doesn't no protection for you. But yeah, let's go over the deck. It's really good. Like I said, it's really good cards. I'm guessing these are like the Liberator based legions because you have your bluish flames which are good. You know, what I mean, no cost call, and then no cost crit. So these actually have a little cost, like kind of blast 2 and whatever. But their still skills are really still good. It's just not better than the bluish flames, obviously. So yeah, so let's go over with the starters. Starters first. Since I'm not using any triple rares, I'm not using Blaster Blade Liberator. So there's no reason to play Wingo. But Spring Breeze Messenger is actually a really good card. I used to play it back in the day in my Ezel decks and my like pure, Gold Paladin deck. Which his skill is when he attacks, when an attack that this unit boosted hits a Vanguard Counterblast 1, look at the top 3 cards of your deck and call a unit. Now he used to just call from the top, but he was buffed when he first came out in Gold Paladin to look at the top 3. And everybody was, started looking at the top 3 instead of just calling the top card because calling top cards is really terrible. Like I know there's like a Gold Paladin Liberator Break Rod that gives you 2 units for 1 counterblast, but it calls from the top of the deck, and you want to see what you're getting so you can filter out your normal units and then keep your triggers in there so you can check those. But like I said, he's really good. He's not a Liberator, but you're using him grade 2 gaming a little bit early to push a little damage to push your opponent really strong. So that's the starter, really good. This is our main Legion. Our main Legion is the Lucas Liberator, um, as clueless as as Claire as Clipperus. Clipperus. These names, man. He's gonna be Lucas today. Alright, so Lucas, the Liberator. He's one of the rank rewards, not rank rewards, but the V coupons that you can actually get. This set and next set, there will be units that you don't get in the set, but you can actually get out of the V coupons, which he's extremely cheap. He's like 10 coupons to get them, and then you get a playset, and then you can get the SPs for 50. So it's really good if you've been saving those up. Obviously, if you're a new player, you're not, but we do have the tournament going on right now, so you have a chance to get a good amount and get him. But he's super good. He's basically the Cormac for Gold Paladin. So he legions with the Liberator Royals, um, uh, Felon. So Felon is basically a 12k attacker for Liberators. He actually came in like the first set of Liberators, but he's also a V coupon also. So he's the Legion mate with that. If you are in Legion and you have 3 or more Liberator's rear guards, Counterblast 2 to get plus 5k and 1 crit. So it's good, you know. He's basically like Royals, Shadows, and Gold Paladin have the same skill. If you have at least 3 of the whatever, then you get a crit. Carmack's a little bit different. He has to retire rear guard to get his skill, but the rest of them basically call cards because you know Shadows they retire their cards. So you know I mean keeping cards on the board would be a little bit difficult for Shadows even with their plussing and stuff. So but this is a Gold Paladin video. I mean, stay on Gold Paladin. But yeah, so Counterblast 2 gets plus 5k in a crit. So he's your main Legion that you ride on. So you're pressuring your opponent with crit. You're swinging for that damage, and then most players are definitely are playing new PGs again because of Liberators, Gold Paladin, Bluish Flames, whatever. They're playing limit break cards, so they need to play the limit break PGs. And then Shadows is also playing their break rise, so they have to play limit break PGs also. So no one's playing the old PGs. And then some of the secret decks are moving towards the new PGs also, secret PGs, because they don't want to be damage denied and not be able to use their blaster blades. So pushing your opponent to 5 and then just, you know what I mean, getting in there and keep pushing with their crits and taking away their PGs is super, super good. He also has the basic limit break skill. I mean, not limit break skill, but Legion skill. That when he attacks a Vanguard, if it's another card in the same column, he gets plus 3k. So he hits magic numbers every time, and then he swings with a nice little crit. Now, the other Legion is the Liberator Coil. Now, Liberator Coil is one of the new ones that came in the set with the Bluish Flames. Now he's good early game to basically pump up your board and get your board running smoothly, so you can have cards on the board, so that you know you don't have to worry about not having enough legion, not having enough liberators for the Lucas skill. So he legions with Shower Liberator, Tarhan, 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 Tarhan. Oh my gosh, these names. If you are in Legion, Counterblast 2, and discard basically Persona Blast to look at the top 4 cards of your deck and call 2 units, and they both get plus 5k. So, you know what I mean, you're basically able to get, you know what I mean, 2 free units. You give them power, so you hit really good numbers, and then you also be able to just swing with like everything is really good with this with this card. Now, the only tough thing about it is since you're not playing BBLs and other stuff to retire intercepts will get in your way. But like I said, if you've been playing a little bit and you was able to get rank reward BBLs, you might want to just place these in the deck and just switch it around, like add BBLs, add counter charges, just add BBL package. BBL package is counter charge, Zenith, um, Wingle. So that's the count. That's BBL package. You just add in there. You take out some of the Zorons and then that plus 3k guy, and then you take out the grade 3 searcher and some of these basically Legion caller guy. So you know, like I said, whatever triple rares you do have, as long as they have Liberator in their name, it will always be good. You just add them into this deck. It doesn't really matter how many you have. If you only have one, play it. You know what I mean? If you draw it, it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. He also has the skill, basic Vanguard skill. When he attacks a Vanguard, plus 2k. So he's hitting great numbers also. A really good Legion. You know, I've been like testing this deck a little bit, and you know, I mean, everything works out pretty well. Now, you do have some backup rides. That is your Heal Trigger, Twin Blade, Liberator, Gerger's dad. Shout out to Different Fight. Limit break for once per turn. Counterblast 2. Put a Liberator from your board to the bottom of your deck, and then call 2. Look at the top 4 cards and call 2 and get plus 5k. Now his skill is super good. You know, if you have him and you're on limit break, I would rather ride him than ride the Legion one that calls cards because it's less cost. It's like putting one bag for 2, so really good. And then he also has the skill when he attacks the Vanguard plus 3k, so it's pretty good. These are some really good double rares for Liberators. And then I'm playing a one of Liberator of Round Table Alfred. Basically his skill is just limit break 4 when he attacks. He gets plus 2K for every Liberator rearguard you have in battle. But the only thing that's important is the skill Cannon Blast 2, look at top 4 cards of your deck, and call a Liberator. So, you know what I mean? When you're basically starving for rearguards and you want to use Lucas's skill to get a crit, um, Alfred can be used on rearguard, so he's pretty good to be able to get those cards that you need to have 3 or more so you can get that crit. So super, super good. You know, I like Alfred. I played Alfred in my old Liberator build before I think Monarch came out. So I've always been about Alfred. So yeah, going to the grade twos, we are playing the Liberator of Royal Felon. Now Felon is basically just a 12k attacker for Liberators. He's a Legion mate for Lucas. And then we're also playing a one of. One of is your own player's preference. Whatever you have, just play it. Like I said, if you're a new player, if you grow for some other clan and you just still want to play a little bit of Gold Paladin, which could be fun because high rolling it. Who doesn't love high rolling? Who doesn't like, you know, looking at top cards, getting the card that you need, and just having fun with it? But as I say in all my videos, the one-ups are player's preference. I never say that you have to play his card because it's going to be great. You know, just play what you feel is better with your play style. Now, this is the History Liberator Maron. Now, Maron is the one I'm playing. It's basically when it's called from deck, look at top 5 cards of your deck and search a grade 3 or greater. I like it because you want to Legion as much as possible to be able to keep filtering normal cards out your deck and putting triggers back in your deck so you can keep checking them and keep getting into the game. So, you know what I mean, I never want to run out of grade 3 to ride, so that's why that's in there. And then we also plan the other Legion mate to the Shower Liberator Coil. Now he is his skill is when he's placed from deck, if you are in Legion, 2 of your rear guys gets plus 3k. So, you know what I mean, all these guys are powering up and hitting numbers. If your opponent decides not to put intercepts down, it will be the worst mistake in their life because they will hit immaculate numbers. He's given 3k, he's given 5k, or, you know, so it's super tough. He's given 5k, so that's at least 8k plus to your 9k. That's what, 17k with a booster. That's 24k numbers. Yeah, 24k numbers. So that's really good numbers, really strong. If you're using a 12k attacker, then that is 26. So that's hitting cross ride with a couple triggers. So yeah, and then I'm also playing Liberator Lawful Trumpeter. Now, Liberator Lawful Trumpeter is a really good card. It's just not as good as obviously um, the Bluish Flame Legion mate. Basically, what his skill is just like the Makar and the, I think Brawlers have one that count blast one, retire front or rear guard. Gold Paladin has one, the Gildus. So his skill is when you Legion, count blast one, look at the top 4 cards of your deck and call Liberate. So basically free, count blast one to call a unit super strong. And then we playing a one left preference, May Rain Liberator Brutus. I mean, not Brutus. uh, uh, Bruron. Bru Bruno, sorry. The May Rain Liberator Bruno. When your other rearguard is placed from deck, if your Vanguard is Liberator plus 3k. So he stacks strong numbers as you call cards. If he calls 2 right here, he basically becomes a 13k booster. Super, super good. Extremely strong, basically hitting good numbers. And then we're also playing Fast Chase Liberator Josephus. Josephus is basically when it's called from deck. If you have a Liberator Vanguard, Soul Blast 1, draw a card. 7k booster that basically gets to draw cards and get cards out of your soul so you can Legion them back and get that going. And then we're also playing new PGs because we are playing a couple limit break units. So, you know what I mean, you don't want to get stuck at 3. And then we're also playing the Physical Force Liberator Zoran. He's basically a reroll. If you roll badly and you don't like the cards that you get, then you can basically just put him into the soul and then re-roll again for the top 3 and see what else you can get. Super good. It's a really nice deck. And still 9 draw, 4 heal. Super strong. You could try some stands. I'm pretty sure maybe I want to say you could probably play 9 stand and still be a good deck because the amount of calling that you get for free is really strong. You just don't want to run out of cards. And you know, Go Paladin doesn't really have a problem running out of cards. They they have too many cards, yes. But you know, I mean, your main ride is the Lucas, and you want to have 3 rear guards so you can get that crit. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some games, and see if we can take some wins. Like I said, I've been grinding with this deck pretty well, and it's pretty strong, pretty good. Obviously, it's not as good as Bluish Flames, but you know, it's a fun little deck here. All right, we're playing against Genesis. Hopefully, it's not VP farming. Usually, when I'm making these videos at nighttime, I run into a lot of VP farmers. So I want to hold this in my hand. Zoran is a fine ride. Fine 12k attacker. I actually don't need this. I want to keep this just in case when it comes to me legioning, I get a count best one free retire basically. 12k attacker is super good when it comes to the multi attack with the Spring Breeze, and then since we drew the Bruno, it's gonna be even better. So actually we can ride this, and then we can actually push a little bit since we don't really need the Zoran. So we're gonna push our opponent. This deck doesn't really wait and grind out with your opponent. It pushes and it goes hard, and it doesn't allow your opponent to get any time to breathe. You're pushing with crit, you're getting multiple rear guards, you're just getting big power and going at their opponent. If they make a mistake and not put intercepts, it'll be a bad mistake for them. Nice draw. Hopefully we can get to a grade 3. We actually need to get at least one of our guys. Alright, he's pushing back. He's like, yo, you thought you was doing something. I'll show you some pushing power. Alright, we was supposed to draw one of those grade 3s, but they got a trigger. So let's see here. We actually can ride this here, and then we can basically call this, and then call this. So what can happen here is we can go battle unboosted, and then we can swing here boosted. Alright, look at the top 3 cards of our deck and call something. I don't want to lose any triggers out of my deck. We need to draw grade 3. So this is 19. This is 19. So they both hit 19. So swing here. If he doesn't get defensive, no defensive. And then we're able to push him to 5. Grade 2 gaming at its best. My opponent's at 5. He has 2 PGs in damage. We are pushing. Like, we don't play games. We got 12k attackers. We got big numbers with this. I actually, just seeing this play right here makes me want to put this up to like 4 now. That was a really good play to be able to hit the 19k numbers, which I didn't need to. I didn't have to because this hit 19 because of 12k attacker. So really good. He's definitely going to push me back. So this is his heal trigger. So let's just see. And then we got a big defense going on. So if we don't draw a grade 3, we're still in a good place because he has no intercepts. And like I said before, it's a bad mistake to not put intercepts against this deck. Super bad mistake. Alright, draw trigger. Into the Lucas. We get a draw trigger into the Lucas. Yeah, this is game. 5 damage. This is game. Let's see here. I actually want to call over this guy so I can Legion. Alright, let's Legion here. And then basically we have 3 or more, so you know we can get a crit. And then he hits really good numbers, so that's fine. We're not going to use that skill because, like I said, his deck doesn't have counter charges, so we need to conserve our triggers. And this is super game. Like I'm pretty sure he's not gonna have enough PGs. He only had 2 cards in hand, and then we could hit through two heals. If he gets a defensive or a heal, if he gets a heal, then we just swing with a crit. So this is there you go. Well, that was fast. That escalated quickly. It's really good. Like these liberated cards, like they're not bad at all. It's just like you had your Liberator Legions and you had your Bluish Flame Legions come out in the same set. So, everybody was infatuated with Bluish Flame. But these cards aren't bad at all. Double rare, Liberators. If you don't care about Bluish Flames, you know what I mean? They're not real. I wouldn't say they're Liberators because, they don't really do Liberator things. They retired to call stuff, so that's more of a Shadow Paladin thing. But yeah, I'm messing with you. But yeah, these are actually the Liberator Legions. Those are Bluish Flames. These are Liberator Legions. And these are really good. Alright, so our can ain't as busted as it was last time. We don't have as many 12k attackers and stuff like that. But we have a. Hopefully, we can draw more boosters. Here's one. So we drew more boosters, and then we can actually get some good multi attack going if we draw more intercepts. Grade twos that we can play. We're actually going. We're on the flip side of things this time. We're actually drawing. We're drawing grade threes. I usually only give one for these budget decks, but I feel like this deck is good. So it'll get 2 games. I'll give it 2 games. And it's a good game to go against Shadow Paladin, one of the top decks in the format right now. So, SPPG. I always give praise to people with the SPs. Yeah, we're just getting a bunch of grade threes. Lots of grade threes. Alright, so we're Gold Paladin, and I didn't think about it, but I could have pushed more damage. I definitely could have pushed more damage because I forgot about my Spring Breeze. I'm trying to think. I think I might not use a Spring Breeze yet. I do have the Blaster Dark Abyss, Blaster Dark, uh, Blaster Dark Revenger Abyss. So it could take out my grade 1 for free, basically. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. So what we're going to do is we can actually Legion. So I might just go into the Call Legion since I do have his Persona Blast. I can go ahead and ditch him and call some units because they pushed us pretty hard. Think about BVL, we could have took care of that over there in the back row. But getting rid of Shadow Paladin's boosters is fine, especially 10k attackers. We'll get rid of those. And especially Revengers. If they run out of Revengers, then, it's going to be tough for them. Alright, so let's ride. Or should I swing with a crit? No, it's fine. I'll go here. Just to make sure I got intercepts. And I can do a little multi-attack also, since I got a 12k attacker. So what we're going to do is, what's in our order? We Legion in 2 triggers. That's good. That's a good Legion. Go ahead and Legion 2 triggers. Alright. And then we can Persona Blast. Look at the top 4. So we'll call this and call Zoran. Call this here. Call this here. Gets plus 5k. I don't need to use Zoran's skill. I really need another booster, to be honest. Which this is fine. This is fine. So we'll swing on boosted here and then swing boosted here. Um, I guess it's not as big as play as I want it to be because we have he has no intercepts, so we can go here for 24. And then I still don't want to do this, use a spring breeze because I want to have enough counter blast to basically use. I want to have more counter blast to use the crit. So we'll hold off on that. We got our intercepts. We got 2 PGs, so it's gonna be pretty hard for him to game us this turn. Retiring booster, that's fine. He done his job. He pushed that damage. 24k column was really nice right here. 14k, like these, like not putting intercepts down is the worst mistake ever, ever. And then if I think about it in hindsight, he went to 26 without hitting any defensives, so it would have been hard. We didn't check a trigger, so we wouldn't have hit that extra damage to push him to 5, which is fine that we didn't because now we can start throwing crit triggers at him. Alright, so we're losing 1 PG because he's going to restand with a crit. Nice draw trigger inside Alfred. I like Alfred. Since we're going to re-ride, we can use Alfred to... Well, I don't think I want to use Alfred. I should have 3 rear guards regardless of the situation. So yeah, go ahead and let him swing. He retired all his intercepts. Like, these people are something else with these, like, just saying forget their intercepts. This is literally the worst deck to not play intercepts against. Alright, so what we got here? Put a card at the bottom of the deck and then look at top 4 and call, get plus 5k. I don't think critting is the answer here. I think this might be the answer here. Because I don't think a crit is going to do it. We can really get some good attacks in. Especially when everything's getting boosted like crazy. So yeah, let's just do this. Let's hurry up. Alright, let's call this. And then use skill. Put it at the bottom of the deck. Look at the top 4. So we call this intercept booster to get plus 5k. Go ahead and draw a card. Nice, another booster. Call this, and then go battle. So we can swing unboosted here. He get defensive, that's fine. We're still hitting numbers. Go here, PG. This has to hit, so it's tough. It was a struggle. Yeah, another PG. Alright. Well, we tried it. That's a tough thing about Spring Bees being behind the Vanguard. He doesn't really hit, so makes it a little tough. What I actually probably should have done was swing with this. No, because this hit first, so nothing that can be done at that point. Because it's like, I wouldn't be able to call anything unless one of these swung first. So, yeah. Alright, so let's see how far we get with this, because he's going to Legion. I don't know if he has another card to attack with, because this calls rest. This doesn't call anything. So if he doesn't have anything to swing on my intercept, this swings and then he has to basically get hit by my PG. And then next turn we just attack with all face. So let's see what happens. Because everything calls rest. He called it in front. So I'm like, yeah, I'm getting the impression he doesn't have any other rear guards. Yeah, this is, well, he still has a couple of heal triggers, so take that into consideration. I really wish that I had one more counter blast to be able to swing with a crit, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. It's fine. And then he gets a heal. I'm pretty sure the last card is probably a PG because he would have placed it and been able to swing out my rear guards. So this is Counter Blast 2 also. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna re-Legion. We'll just re-Legion. We can actually hit with this and be able to call a unit to maybe get some multi-attack going. Trigger, trigger, PG, PG. Alright, let's get it. So swing unboosted here and then let Vanguard hit and then try to swing with everything else. Hopefully he doesn't get defensive. Alright, so let's go battle. Swing unboosted. Swing boosted. He'll trigger anything. No triggers. No defensive though. That's nice. Alright, Counter Blast 1. Alright, he needs a couple of PGs to survive. And then he still has heal triggers in deck, so that's still a thing. Alright, 1 PG. I knew that was in his hand. He wouldn't call it. And then let's see if he has the last one. Has it, has it. No heal. And we take that game. There you go. You don't need triples to win games, is what I'm telling you. Alright, that's 2 games. That's a really good budget build. Like I said, it's pretty nice. You know, you're super aggressive in this deck right here because you're basically able to call stuff for basically almost free. You're able to push a lot of damage. You actually get to basically pressure your opponent. You're pressuring all these slow decks that came out this format. So it makes it extremely difficult for these decks to stand up because the first round of Legion, everybody wanted the Legion as fast as possible. Super aggressive, attack, attack, attack. Second round Legion, Liberators, Shadows, like they're playing Limit Break 4 cards, so they're slow and steady the game. They're not pushing, they're not going as hard, they're waiting for a kill turn to take you out. So if you're killing them before they can get to their kill turn, it makes it really difficult for them to bounce back. Especially if they don't have intercept. Shadows really, struggle with getting intercept because their deck mostly calls great ones, so they gotta keep up with their intercepts. The break rod calls it, but I don't think he had the break rod. I think he whiffed on the break rod, so that helped us get that game. But super strong. We're just pushing damage. We're going hard. I want you to understand. I checked not one heal trigger. I checked not one heal trigger, and I was able to pressure him and take the game. It's really good. I survived his crit turn. I survived his Legion turn with Abyss, and we was able to just get there. It's really good. All right, so here's another look at the list. Whatever trip areas you have, just add it in here, no problem. Super easy. I wouldn't I wouldn't advise putting any break rods in here because it slows the deck down, and you don't want to slow down. You can't grind with the decks that are in the front right now. You have to push them. You have to push them. You have to push them hard, and you have to get in there. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube. Hit the comment below if you enjoyed the deck, if you liked the deck, if you had any other opinions of other cards that could have been played, so other people can look at it and see what other options are out there. I'm not saying I'm a gold paladin master. I am, all Legion to my man Ezel, but started sniping game also. But yeah, it'll be a good it's a good way to basically let everyone see other opinions of cards and decks and stuff like that, so everybody can get their ideas and fluctuate. Making sure the community stays entangled with different ideas is what makes this community really nice. So yeah, check me out on Twitch. I stream Tuesday, Thursdays, and sometimes Sundays, and it's from 10 p.m. to whatever time I get tired or people stop showing up. So take a look at that right there, and then also hit a follow button. Any support is definitely appreciated. Keep trying to keep these subscribers up so I can keep pumping out these videos for you guys. And yeah, that's it for me. Peace. I'm out.